Hi, everybody. It's Nathan. Dan wanted me to, as producer, let you know that this episode is a little crazy. And by that, I mean a little depressing, a little sad. Though, it's, we are in good spirits overall. It is a topic that might stress out some animal lovers. So keep that in mind if you've got kids in the car. Or I don't know, just like an aunt who faints easily, or anybody else who might have a easily disturbed disposition. So there you go. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Fun, a podcast where we take fun very seriously. It's me. It's your Chuckle King. I'm back once again, as always, to deliver delicious sound waves, sweet, beautiful sound waves into your ear holes with my favorite friends and family, including the Chuckle Wizard, podcast producer extraordinaire and college professor who has got new glasses.
Dan,
I'm so done with that bit. I've done it like 4 or 5 times now.
Four or five times. Everyone knows I have new glasses at this point.
Way past it. But Harold Hill glasses. And, Music Man's pretty central in the new It show. I don't know if you saw the new It show.
Is it. Oh, okay.
And I don't know. He's not wearing glasses in the Trouble. I don't know why I think they're Harold Hill glasses specifically, but
they're technically Harold Lloyd glasses. I mean, they literally are the silent film actor Harold Lloyd's same style.
Maybe you just got my Harold. You're just Harold sideways. Got my Harold sideways and backwards.
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm reading the notes here, and it says my Gator voice.
Oh, baby! I tell you what. I saw what today we're talking about, and I got myself a Gator voice that I like to bring out when I start talking about Gators.
That's
we gonna make a shrimp
Cajun,
Creole.
I feel like your Gator voice.
That's my
your
Gator
voice.
Let's get your damn Gator fight.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Well, there he is, guys. Here's our guest. You know him best from the first podcast on the right. It's Ed Larson, baby.
What's up, y'all? How you doing? This is my third fun. I finally reached the triple fun.
We're expanding our empire. We're slowly massaging our live show magic. We had our first successful live show. I was terrified. You were an expert. We had a blast. It was super fun. I want to thank you a great deal for it, and all the listeners out there who came and hung out with us. It was awesome.
That's right, man. Dead men tell some tales. That's right. We tell a little bit of tales. Oh, we did it over at the Elysian Theater back in August. It was a blast. I had such a good time with you, buddy.
It was an absolute blast.
Oh my gosh, huge crowd. We sold that out. It was a wild theater. We had Holden McNeely came in. We had Henry Zabrowski sat in as our Walt Disney head. It was a blast. It was an
absolute blast. Yeah, lots of laughs, lots of groans, lots of good times.
That's what you want. I
told Henry because I put him in a perch. They had this really cool perch behind us, and I was like, okay, disrupt the show. I was like, do your best to make it hard for Dan and I to do the show. And then, he succeeded. He succeeded.
And I've told this to Dan already, but I would say I love your Tevye here. You look wonderful in Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, man. Tradition!
Tradition!
That's the only musical I regularly listen to on vinyl.
That's great.
That and Cabaret. Yeah, those are my two.
That's a good one. That's
those
a good one for
go-tos.
vinyl. Yeah. The sweet dulcet tones of
Zero Mostel.
Zero Mostel, yeah. I'm loving that.
Yeah, no, the show's great. We got another one coming up. It's going to be on November 8th at the Conduit Theater. Are you ready for this? I'm so excited. This is my favorite part about it. I've never said this before about announcing a show. 4 p.m. Yes! Oh, yes, we're going to get dinner after. Oh,
early bird special, baby.
Oh, I can't wait
a 4
to do it early.
Show. It's truly a show for Disney adults.
Oh, my gosh. I invited some elderly people I know. They're very excited. They're like, what? I was like, yeah.
You get 15% off your ticket with an AARP membership. So get in the door at 4 p.m., folks. It's going to be great. The Conduit, it's just north of the parks in Orlando. It's a fun little venue. I've got the thumbs up from a couple local music groupies, and they love it.
Yeah, I've
So
never
I'm
been
excited.
there either, but multiple people have reached out to me, and they're excited that we're playing there because it's a cool little spot. And so it's great. We're expanding the show. We're still learning what it is, but there's one thing I know that it is for sure, and that is a bunch of dark Disney history. I love to talk it. It's interesting because sometimes you're like, oh, this person died. Should I talk about this or not? Because like natural instincts, you're like, oh, well, we should probably just be polite. But then the otherwise, like you can actually talk about these things while being somewhat polite, but also as a warning to future people,
Right.
Yeah.
to not do these certain things.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can talk about it respectfully, and you're not necessarily making fun of the person, but you're making fun of the situation in which what happens when the illusion gets broken. What happens when the fourth wall gets shattered by death?
And hey, you know what? In history, more people have died than currently live. So, like, why aren't we talking about death?
True.
You know?
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Brother. Amen.
I know it's controversial.
Yeah,
Maybe
man,
it's not. Maybe it's not hashtag woke to say that there are more dead people. But tell you what,
I will say, I think theme parks are really high on the list of most hilarious places to die.
oh yeah,
I think it's pretty. That's pretty high. And it's been a hot couple of weeks there too for
It's
people.
been a hot couple of weeks, in fact. And so like I brought in the one and only guy to bring in to talk about this. I brought in Ed. From last podcast on the left. Like he's my true crime Disney adult partner in crime.
Yes.
And so I thought, look, we got a couple stories here, and I need to take him through the Ed filter and see where you're at.
We'll see how many
with
fans
the
you
state.
lose by the end of
Yeah,
this
let's
episode.
see how many subscribers we lose. No, actually, and
hey, we just
and-
hit 2,000 on YouTube. We can
Yeah.
lose like 30, I think, and keep
yeah,
that.
yeah,
so.
yeah. And we're doing good in listeners audio wise. You guys are listening
Yes.
and hanging out. It's great. I'm not discouraged. So
No.
here I am. I'm blessed, and everyone loves when Ed's on the podcast. He's a cash cow. So
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Get me in there.
Move for us,
baby.
Ed.
Move.
Move.
all right. So I
Oh
gotta
man!
start.
Speaking of cash cows, I want to talk about something that kind of, I'm a big animal advocate, and we'll get into some of that later. I went to this place called the Gentle Barn recently. There's a place out in L.A. where it's very animal forward. It's very they don't allow meat. You can't, like, when you go, you can't bring a sandwich. It's that kind of joint.
Sure.
And so we got friends that have kids and stuff like that. So we're like, let's rent a day at the Gentle Barn and get a private tour. And we're going around and we're meeting pigs and stuff, slapping them in the tush, having a great time. And we get to the cows, and oh my gosh, you don't realize it till you get there in person, like what a steroid cow versus a normal cow, what they look like. It's appalling. It was, because the steroid cow was like 2,000 pounds, like more, maybe more. And the normal cow was just like a third of its size. And they were next to, I'm like, so this is what it's supposed to be without the steroids? Oh yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, it just broke my heart to see it. So now I have to spend more money on my cheeseburgers to make sure I'm buying, and I always said, if something's loved, it tastes better anyway, and so you remember that when you're buying your meat, spend a little extra money, because what they do to these things is crazy. Their hips are all displaced, and I was so worried about these big guys, and it broke my heart. And so please buy the proper meat. Don't support these steroid monsters, because it really does mess with them. And then these guys, they're saving them. They save the cow from the slaughter. But the thing is, because they give them the steroids, they're supposed to be killed. They're not supposed to keep living. But they keep growing because of the steroids that were given, and now they're just huge monsters. With
Ed,
hip
were
dysplasia.
they whispering in your ear, "Let me die, let me die"?
Let me go. And I was like, no, I just want to hug you. I just want to give you a hug and a kiss, and then I'll watch you be sad.
I love the idea. I love the idea of Dracula. I love the idea of Dracula roaming the plains of America and skipping all the fat people out of empathy. Look what the system's done to these guys. I gotta pay a little extra to drink. I gotta drink the organic humans.
I only eat the
these poor
vegetarian.
fats.
I should have brought my straw. All right.
Only grass fed for me.
You mean they're not supposed to be this big?
Yeah, vampires in America don't work.
Yeah,
Italy.
yeah, no.
You ever been to Italy? How are they? All they do is eat pasta and cake, and they're all thin as a rail. What's
Right.
going on over there? What are they
What's
doing?
going
I
on?
know
The
they ride lots
metabolism
of
of these
bikes.
guys. The
Yeah, but
metabolism.
It's a lot of bikes, a lot of genetics.
No chemicals in their bullshit.
No
Sorry, guys.
microplastics.
I'm on my last podcast set, and I keep cursing. I'm sorry. I forgot where I was. Fun.
Well, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay,
It's all right.
I'll just mark it. No one will hear it. It's okay.
So on a previous episode, Ed, we had a discussion on one of our news updates, and it's a news article I just had to bring back round to you and throw your way. Nathan, do you remember the lady with her free headache medicine that she received at the resort?
Of course. So, as you might remember, everyone, there was a lady we talked about who came to. It was Disneyland, right? No, it was Disney World.
Disney World. Magic
Of
Kingdom.
course, it's meth. What am I talking about? It's not Disneyland.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
California drug.
Yeah.
And in Florida, and they found meth in her bag, and she was like, "Oh no, some guy just gave this to me at the hotel. I don't know. He just kind of came up to me."
I thought it was rock candy.
Yeah. I was holding it for somebody. I know that excuse. That's a good one. Yeah.
I don't know. So,
hold
yeah.
it for a mouse. Get out of here.
So, Ed, what I
They're
want to
giving free
know
meth.
is, in your history of substances and theme parks, is meth a good
Ooh.
drug for a theme park? No. I want to go in with a hard, absolute no.
No, that's a big no. First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and say meth. No, across the board.
Sure.
You know, you could be a home,
Hot take.
a barbecue, school.
There's not a single theme park out there that meth's appropriate for.
Laundromat. No, nothing. I'm gonna say like
Not
you
even
don't
Coney
need-
Island?
Yeah.
Coney
Maybe,
Island?
You know, Coney Island. You would think it would be Coney Island, but that's just like that's crack. You know, Coney Island.
That's true.
That's
where
a
crack lives.
Yeah, that's a crack place. You know, that's so don't get that confused. It's a common mistake. You know, but if you're in like whatever the one in St. Louis is, that's a good meth theme park.
Oh, okay.
If
Like a
you
Six
have
Flags.
to. If
World
you
of Fun?
have to. Yeah. Go. You could do it there. But I'm saying no meth ever. But I do like the excuse just holding it for a guy while you're at Disneyland, Disney World.
Let's start at the bottom. I'm curious. I'm going to say heroin might be the worst because you just don't get to enjoy the theme park very much. Or do you just take heroin on Living with the Land and you just kind of
I think if
roll
you
with it?
have heroin, you got to have a plaid walking you around.
I
You
think
know,
that's
like you
smart.
need a guide. And then I've never done heroin knowingly. And so like I think that if I were to do heroin, which is on my never to do list, it's just
Another one
that's
up
a good
there
call.
on
Let's be very clear.
Uncle Eddie's do not do list.
heroin's
Mr.
pretty right below
gotta make-
meth.
We got to make Mr. Yuck stickers that look like Ed to put on drugs. Mr. Ed says no.
Oh my God! Have you guys ever heard the McGruff the Crime Dog rap?
Yeah, Scruff
rap
McGruff?
album?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
the
heard-
rap. Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah,
They put that out on
Chicago,
vinyl this
Illinois,
year.
60652.
Did they really put it on
Yeah,
vinyl this
it's
year?
on vinyl. They just
Oh,
put it
I'll
on
buy
vinyl.
I'll buy that, dude. That's the Inhalants song is my favorite. You know, Inhalants, they're bad for you. Don't do inhalants. I was just like, all right, yeah, he's right. And you
Does
know,
I think we'll
list
be
any
okay. I don't think there'll be a
inhalants
copyright
you should
strike
avoid?
on that one.
Does
Any
he list any inhalants that you want to keep an eye out for?
you know, as much as fun as nitrous is, only at the dental office, I have to say, you know, it's just, you know, someone may show up in a van after a Fish concert and be like, hey, I got some inhalants for you. You know, here's your balloon. Have a good time. But it's never a good time. You know, you end up, you fall down on the sidewalk. It's a mess.
But also, like, I'm in third grade, Scruff McGruff. Where am I gonna find nitrous? You know what I mean? Like, I'm in third grade in Minnesota. Like, what am I gonna do, Scruff McGruff?
You
I
steal it off
didn't even
of,
know what inhalants were until you just indoctrinated me.
You can steal it off of Dom Toretto's car. That's where you get your name.
Well, in Minnesota, the inhalants they just start sucking on air conditioner Freon. You know, that's their inhalant. You know, nitrous doesn't make it out to
where
Minnesota.
would you rank refrigerator Freon higher or lower than meth in terms of enjoying a theme park with?
You know, I would say lower just because you can't mess with that air conditioning at Disney World.
Is it,
You
is
know,
it
it's
Mr.
very
Is it Mr.
important.
Ed's?
If the air
Mr. Ed's?
conditioning goes down, like the whole place gets destroyed. Everyone starts losing. I think that honestly, some of these deaths might be like because of a lack of air conditioning in certain places. You know, I think that a lot of
people love having a place to sit down, and people love being able to be cool. It's the two things that we need as humans. You know, we need a chair and a fan.
Yeah, but I think if I was heroin. If I was to pick a ride for heroin, maybe that's what we should do. Let's pick a drug and pick a ride.
Yeah,
I think Spaceship Earth would be great for heroin.
Ooh.
I would, especially the end in the planetarium. That's where it's at.
I've had the absolute displeasure of being sick enough in a hospital to get like the hospital version of the Big H,
Morphine,
which is a drug called Dilaudid. No,
Ooh,
morphine
I've heard
is
of Dilaudid. I never got down.
Morphine is, I have like that, I am like a ginger, I've got like red hair, so I've got that thing like where the dentist has got to like punch me in the face before he works on me, because like Novocaine doesn't work.
No, he just doesn't like the Irish.
He just has to like give me a, he's like, just do a mouthwash of Novocaine, just swish it around for an hour and until it numbs up. It just takes a lot to like get me. So morphine just doesn't hit me. And so I had some stomach issues back in my 20s, and they, some renal failure, and so they Dilaudid me up, and it debilitates you. I could not fathom operating, like those fentanyl zombies that are like, stumbling around Philly. Like it's that. It's like being dropped into like a warm hot tub. Your whole body just warms up, and then you're out. You just not out, baby. And,
and Ed, we got to keep into consideration here that if you're taking heroin on Spaceship Earth, at some point you're going to see a baby walking on the ceiling, and where it just depends on where you want to see
that. Hallucinate. It made me extremely emotional. I just started sobbing. Anything would make me cry.
Man, one time I was in the hospital and they gave me a bunch of morphine, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be wild. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the band Morphine, but I put them on in my headphones, and I was like, so I did morphine on morphine, and that was like, I was like, you know what, if we're gonna be here, let's go there. And that was a lot of fun. Yeah, and the lead singer of Morphine, died on stage. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us, Dan. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he died on stage. Did you
have a chance to tell him that story?
Oh no! He was long dead before I even learned what the band was. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
all right.
So let's see here. We have cocaine.
Cocaine. I think
Eric Clapton, right? Ed.
Yeah.
Is that the song?
Yeah. Cocaine. Yes. I like that other song.
We should just put a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode. Just clip it out right now. Holy crap, guys. If you're not okay, don't watch this.
Yeah.
If you're not fully grounded as a Disney adult, this is not for your teenagers.
Bad advice.
This is a hard
central over here. Yeah. But yeah, Test Track, Cocaine. I think that's an easy one.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No way. You want him to have a stroke? You want him to stroke out?
No way.
It's like
building cars. I'm going
Mission
fast.
Space. It's worse than Mission Space.
I love my Mission Space. Oh man, Mission Space almost took my buddy out. Maybe that's the meth ride is Mission Space. I think we're staying in Epcot for these. I think so.
Yeah. Is this the new drinking
like
around the world? Drugging around the world?
Actually, here's the better question: which country of the World Showcase is best suited for each drug experience? America is perfect for meth. That 40-minute animatronic show when you're tweaked out, man, you are going to be so patriotic.
That's our drug too. I feel like. I think that's.
I'm about to do my 7th episode on the wonderful Heinrich Himmler on last podcast on the left, and those Nazis loved meth. So maybe
they did love meth.
Maybe maybe Germany's the meth place. I know it doesn't go well with bratwurst. And but I think we're gonna have to give Germany their meth.
It should be acknowledged, Ed, in your research, and maybe you can find the connection that in a lot of the Appalachia where meth is very prominent here in Pennsylvania, and it's all Pennsylvania Dutch. It's all Germans. It's all like German descendants that like came over here and settled it around here. So the fact that we're turning out meth in the German Appalachia descendants, and old Heimlich Himmler back there, there's got to be a 1-2 connection there. You got to get some anthropologist on that.
I'm sure there's some Nazis hiding in your hills.
Oh my God!
Don't worry about that. Don't worry. They're there, Dan. They're there. Okay. It's every time you think that they're not there,
the hills have rights.
Yeah. Yeah. Let the Reich one in.
Those are vampire Nazis in the Appalachian Hills.
All right. All right. Canada. Mushrooms for sure.
Okay.
Because that's just
not Norway
chill society. Norway, I could see mushrooms. I could see what you're talking about.
Ketamine.
Maybe ketamine. I would say
these are things I've never done. A lot of these things I have never done, so I have no idea.
I have to say, I have to stress, we are joking. Like
Yes.
I have to like make sure like this is humor. It may not be funny to you, but this is us joking. I think that the only drugs that should be allowed in theme parks are mushrooms, weed. And I'm not even sure about booze, to be honest with you, even though
good
I
point.
partake. Booze. I'm sure it's caused more problems than it's helped, but it does, I'm sure, make a lot of money for Epcot Center. The place probably only.
Do you know how much weed would make for Epcot though? If they could have strands.
Yeah, Cannaboy drinks, like Minnesota has like I've been working out there a lot, and like in the bars you can just get like they're like White Claws with THC in them. Like it's a very like chill thing, and it's just not, Disney won't mess with it until it's legal. But Ed, we should get in.
It's
we should
legal
get on
in
board.
California. Why don't we Trader Sam's?
Federally.
Oh yeah, federally.
Yeah. But we need to get on it, Ed. We should start developing, special strains that are suggested for each park and start a little side hustle.
Oh my God, it's right there. I mean, Goofy strain, and that's perfect. That's like
It's easy being green.
Yeah.
Your Muppet strain.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes, that's amazing. Yeah, this is all very easy to do. But yeah, no, I think it's good for people. I'm sorry that this woman got caught with her meth. You don't bring meth into Disney. I found that Disneyland has much higher security than Disney World. When you're going in, as someone who used to bring in weed to the parks. I haven't in years, just because I've grown as I get older. I have respect for people. I show up trashed. But
no, don't bring stimulants. Don't bring things into the parks, guys. It's just crazy.
No,
it's just crazy.
It's a bad idea. At the end of the day, as much as we are Disney adults, it is for children, and we are guests in a children's atmosphere. It's like don't rock the boat in a way you can't handle.
Or just a family atmosphere at the very least. Like it's a park for families. Don't be goofy. Don't be dopey.
Yeah.
Don't be dopey.
Plenty of dads. They have a good time. Dabs for dads. That's what we.
What a incredibly inappropriate episode we're already filming.
Yeah.
So why don't we just double down, because there's been it's been insane at Walt Disney World in the resorts. 3 people have passed away in 10 days. And I know that, Ed, you were like it's like, was there another one? Was there another one?
Yeah.
Like, what do you know? What have you heard about these 3 people? And like, will you guys I know you guys talked about like the scuba on last podcast. Will you talk about this kind of stuff on last podcast?
Very briefly. We actually talked about it briefly this week to talk about the unfortunate suicides at the Contemporary Resort. And I don't know exactly what happened. I've heard different things from different people. I heard that one thing I know is the main one person was found in the room, and which is, I think, actually very common as far as that goes. When someone takes their own life, they often go to a hotel so their family doesn't have to find them, which I didn't like. It made a lot of sense when I heard it, but I never thought of that before.
Yeah.
And so it's
thank
weird.
God I've never been in a spot where I've thought through that situation before. That's a good call.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and honestly, it's kind of polite. But but I think
as long as they tip the maid, really well.
Oh yeah.
By the way, guys, if you need help, Google, look around, ask for help. Don't.
Suicide Hotline's amazing. I've worked with them before. I've had people working in the dark areas that I work in. I've had people reach out to me, like, in all honesty, I've had people reach out to me about having troubles and struggling and not wanting to continue, which is a lot to put on my plate as a comedian. I don't know why they thought I could help them.
Yeah, I'm just Chuckles the Clown. What are you? Why are you
988,
calling me?
by the way, if you need it, it's 988.
But I actually called for somebody recently, someone who was like threatening to take their own life, like on Instagram DMs to me. And I actually called. I was like, what am I supposed to do here? I'm like, it's not me. It's like, I don't know. So I called the suicide hotline and asked them, and they were very nice. They were so friendly. I know it sounds like, I don't know, like if you're in a situation like that, you're like, I ain't calling nobody, I'm dealing things myself, but it's like, that's how you got here. You need help. You got to talk to somebody. It's worth at least one conversation, before, you go into the Great, nothing. So that being said, they have the wonderful advice, very kind people. Please take advantage of it before Trump eliminates it from our from our society. But the I will say,
you don't want to have to call the Butterball hotline for turkeys and hope someone can't. We got to fund this.
But
It's
if
important.
if you are thinking about it and you are calling it, act like a turkey. Just
yeah. They'll answer your question.
All right, so that being said, the other person who took their life at the Contemporary recently, as we know, the monorail runs through and the rooms are on the sides and it kind of goes up in a slant, almost like the Luxor in a way, in Vegas. Yeah. And someone jumped off the side and fell into the main area in front of everyone. I don't
think it was in the main area though. I think it was outside. It wasn't inside.
I've heard several different things, and I've seen different things on Reddit, so I don't know exactly what happened.
Either or.
It doesn't
matter. That Contemporary is a death trap. When if you want to jump, there's plenty of places to jump.
It's like that thing in New York that they stopped letting people walk up over there at the harbor, at the pier, that big like acorn-looking thing that everyone just kept walking up and jumping off the top of. It was like a beacon of death in New York. It's like it is weirdly that.
I mean, I've been on this beat.
It's a lot of that.
I've been on this beat a long time, and this is not at all the first person to jump from the Contemporary. Like
really?
It is like a, I wouldn't say an annual tradition, but it is close to one. It's not something that sometimes it's for other reasons. Sometimes it's accidents, drunken stupor, or other things. Because if you've ever, has anyone ever else been on one of those balconies at the Contemporary?
It's been decades.
But it's it comes to like maybe your chest. Kind of.
You gotta make an effort,
But there's a table and a chair right next to it where you can sit. Like it's not. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. Yeah. So it's surprising that they've not netted that whole dang thing. To be completely honest.
I just really hope. I know that people do this, and it's really bad every time. But I love a balcony in a hotel room. I really hope that they don't take that from us. As someone who really likes to sit outside and enjoy a smoke on a balcony, it really takes a lot away. So
you'll have to go through a psychiatric telehealth evaluation, like the disability path to get one.
Oh man, I housed that Amy Bradley documentary last night. I went for it. I watched all 3 episodes because I'm going on a cruise soon. Have you seen that one, the missing Amy Bradley?
No. Is that the Disney cruise chick?
No. This was a Royal Caribbean cruise.
Royal?
They don't know what happened to her. Some people think she jumped. Some people think she fell. Other people think that she was trafficked. Other people think there's so many different stories. There's reports of people seeing her 7 years later, but also how do they know? And stuff like that. So it was
She's wearing the same scarf.
Yeah,
she was still wearing her Royal Caribbean outfit. She still had her name tag on.
She had a Tasmanian devil tattoo, and so people would notice the tattoo and stuff like that. Which it's, as far as tattoos go, good choice. Fun
fact: before Tickle Me Elmo was Tickle Me Elmo, it was the Tasmanian devil. It was a little Tasmanian devil that would wiggle around and go blah 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 blah, blah, and no one bought it, and so it got rebranded with Elmo, and it became a legendary toy.
Oh, look at that! I would rather have the Tasmanian one personally. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, it was it was just a big head with arms and legs.
That's
they were trying to mimic. They were trying to mimic the when he was spiraling. Anyway, I spiral all the time, and no one's made a toy out of me.
But it's very upsetting. But at the same time, it's fascinating to decide to go to Disney World to do this. The Golden Gate Bridge makes sense. That's the most formally the most suicided place. I don't know what the proper term is for that. But do you ever see the documentary called The Bridge? It's all about oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's all about people who take their lives off of the Golden Gate Bridge. It's always the same spot. But they've since put up giant nets. And so now people still jump, but they're just sad in the net for hours, which I think is the proper punishment for someone who
Spider-Man got him. Gotcha. So if you want to feel what it's like to be a Spider-Man villain, because that's what happens. Spider-Man catches you, you're just hanging there for a while until the cops show up.
Not even a Spider-Man villain. we have tons of proof of superheroes saving people from jumping off stuff.
Yes.
And I've always been like, is this your call to make, Peter Parker? Like,
I mean,
this is
I know what it
this
wants
is not
to watch.
crime related.
You let Peter Parker save lives, Nathan.
Yeah,
Peter Parker
You
should
let
call
Peter Parker
988.
save lives.
Peter
Yeah.
Parker should call 988. This is not crime related. That's his
think-
territory.
I think Peter Parker's conscience is too deep, unfortunately.
Too
He
deep,
should-
too
he-
deep.
maybe he should let him go, but he can't do it. He can't do
Well,
it.
with great power.
Yes, comes great responsibility.
It's an epidemic down there in Orlando, Ed, because it's not just people; it's also ducks. I don't know if you know what you heard, but
I heard about this.
ducks are also taking their own lives by jumping in front of roller coaster trains full of people and disfiguring humans. Now, here's the thing, and this is news from today. I don't think it happened today. I think the lawsuit got filed today, right, Nathan?
Yes,
Like
it
it's not.
happened,
It's not.
a week ago or something, or a little
Yeah,
while
yeah, yeah.
ago.
I want to see. Show me pics. Show me pics, baby. I want to see. I want to see how beat up she got.
Yeah.
You know, like is it
Not
is it like
since
the
Fabio. Have we
Fabio
had
took
good?
one.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. Fabio came out fine, but like,
did
I
okay.
want,
I mean,
is
you got
it
a
like
broken
monkey?
nose.
Is it like monkey tear your face off bad? Like, did this duck like mangle you? Like, what is it? Like, I need to know. The court of public opinion needs to know.
I think a duck is significant enough to really do some damage.
At 30
Personally,
miles per hour?
If
Yeah,
it was
you
a
kidding me?
pigeon, you brush it off, you know. I once had a tiny bird hit me in the head when I was at Typhoon Lagoon. I just kept going like nothing happened. You know,
What?
I don't know.
What?
It just happened. You know, it's just
It was
something
a-
that
what?
happened. A
You
bird
just- a
hit me in
bird-
the head while I was at Typhoon Lagoon. The story ends
Where?
there. I don't know what else
On
to
a
say.
Were
slide?
you on a
No,
were you on
no.
a slide?
I was eating lunch
Oh.
on acid. And then it's.
You sure there was a bird?
I was telling
Are
a
you
story.
even sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was telling a story to a bird, and it's like, hey, shut. No, but no, I was talking. No, I was talking to my friends, and I was in the middle of the story. And in the middle of the story, there was some bird flew and hit me in the side of the head, and I just kept on with the story like nothing happened. And they're like, a bird hit you in the side of the head. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's got nothing to do with the story, you know. And so it's just like, you know. But now I tell that story, and I don't even remember what story I was telling in that situation.
So your head is like a giant picture window on the back of someone's house, just taking birds full force.
I think animals just know how much I love them, and they just want to be a part of me.
You're the doctor. You're like Dr. Doolittle. They're coming to you.
Yeah. I'll talk to these guys whether they listening or not, man. They want to know what's happening. They want to be it up. And he's like, I want to get in that man's brain, you know. And so he flew into my head, you know, and that things happen. But you know, I think it's okay, you know. But the people with the duck, that's a major bird. I feel like,
Yeah.
and you could really
I feel
get
like
hurt.
a duck is like 50% feathers. It's not.
I mean, it's at least, I'm going to say at least 4 pounds, you know, a duck.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
guess.
I guess we could Google how much a duck weighs, but, you know, was it a male duck? We know that they got the corkscrew.
Ooh.
A donk?
Yeah, they got corkscrew penises.
Everyone knows that a male duck is known as a donk, I believe. So
Oh.
No, that's a
How do you-
small donkey.
That's one with a big butt. Yeah. Yeah, no, but you know, she has a case, but at the same time,
Okay.
how does SeaWorld control a duck flying in the air? You know, like, it's crazy.
it's an act of God.
So a wild mallard weighs about 1.1. Oh, this is like weird. 2.5
Metric.
pounds.
Don't
2.5
tell me
pounds.
metric.
This is
You know,
America.
this is a fine imperial nation. You give me imperial measurements.
2.4 pounds, but large breeds may weigh up to 10 pounds.
Yeah, and these Orlando ducks, they're fat. You know, they're eating French fries. They got kids are throwing crackers on the ground all the time. You know, they think that they're an attraction in their own right. And so it's like these ducks. You know, honestly, all these ducks at SeaWorld,
They're as fat as steroided cows, essentially.
these poor bastards. These ducks with their hip dysplasias, they can barely squirt out their eggs.
I want to take. Can we take a little visit into SeaWorld, Ed? Because I want to know how much you know. I know you're a SeaWorld expert, and you did a SeaWorld mega episode.
I did a
of last
two-parter.
pod.
I did a two-parter
Yep.
on SeaWorld.
It's what brought us together. It's what brought us together. It's what gave us. And what was the biggest takeaway from your SeaWorld two-parter?
Well, I will say this before I get started, because I did a two-parter on SeaWorld. They've done a lot of messed up things in the past, but they are right now, they are AZA approved, American Zoo Association. They are doing a lot of rehab now. They are making strides to become a better company. That being said, they are still making their orcas perform, which is messed up. I hate that. I think it's messed up. I think it's messed up to make a dolphin perform. Did I go
They're
a
like
bunch
the
when I
theme
was...
park. They're like the theme park equivalent of like when your dad leaves your mom, and you lose like 10 years, and they come back and they're like, I don't drink anymore, but I'm trying. Yeah. Let me come to Thanksgiving. I'm trying. That's
man.
that's
These
SeaWorld
marine
for you.
parks, they're messed up. They just closed the one in Miami. Finally, Miami Seaquarium was a disaster. I've been there even as a kid. I was like, this place is sad. And then the SeaWorld, they stopped the orca breeding program, and basically there's going to be no new orcas, but the orcas they have, they're going to let them die there because and perform until they die, I guess, because there's nowhere to put them.
Do they like to perform because it's like exercise? I don't know. I literally don't know. I'm just asking if like
I don't think the orcas like anything about their situation.
True.
I think they perform because they're very intelligent creatures and they need intellectual stimulation. And if they don't have that, it's worse for them to just sit there and do nothing. Obviously, SeaWorld has made lots of mistakes. Their breeding program was atrocious. They've killed so many. They've killed so many orcas. It's ridiculous. You could call the place.
And we're too deep. You've said the F word like 100 times already.
I know.
The episode is mostly censored beeps at this point.
I tried to reset so you guys could cut
I'm
it
just
out
gonna
if
mute
you
it.
wanted to.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I do my best, especially when I talk about these orcas because I love them so much. But
You
got hit in the head with an orca once because it just knew how much it loved you. That orca just jumped right out. It free willied right into your head.
I wanted a kiss.
And you were in the middle of telling a story, and your friends are like, Ed, an orca just hit you in the head. You're like,
Listen,
it's got nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
You're paying attention to the wrong part of the story.
Yeah. Let me tell you about this bird that hit me on the head.
But so the orcas are going to keep going, but there are other parks. The SeaWorld made the orca thing very popular. It existed beforehand. Tilikum, the famous orca that killed 3 people in captivity. Only one other person has ever been killed by an orca in captivity, and that was in Africa, which was like, but it was like a Spanish colony in Africa at a marine park there. It happened on Christmas of all times. It was, but there was a SeaWorld trainer there training them how to deal with orcas while the orca killed somebody on Christmas. But regardless to say, Tilikum killed 3 people and had an awful life. When I did the episode, I treated Tilikum like he was a serial killer. And I talked to him about his awful upbringing, being kidnapped from Iceland, being taken away from his mother, and then brought to Canada up in Vancouver and put into a small pen where he was, for lack of a better word, raped a bunch by 2 other orcas who were beating him up. And it was abuse after abuse after abuse until he flipped out. He killed a woman in Canada, and then he killed the guy who jumped in his tank, and then he killed, of course, Don Bruchot in front of everybody. The big one, which she was like the star of SeaWorld, more than Shamu was. She was on the posters. She was a really big deal. And so they're like, well, why is this happening? What's going on? And the truth is that you can't take an animal that's as intelligent as that and put it in this little tank. It'd be worse than you living in the room that you're in right now. They're so big. They were, for years, Tilikum couldn't even turn around. It's like, and they don't let him even, the tank that they perform in isn't where they let him sleep. They put him in a much smaller pen in the middle of the night, and they just sleep in there where they can't even move. And then sometimes if they put him in with another whale, they start getting angry at each other because they're both taking up space. And they start raking the side of their bodies with their teeth. It's all very sad and it's very upsetting. But because of the popularity of SeaWorld, it has taken off across the world. And now we're starting to see this become a problem as people's morals rise. These parks are starting to close, but the animals are still in them. And there's two marine lands that I kind of want to talk about. There's one in Canada and there's one in France. And they both have closed because of lack of attendance, and it's just so expensive to keep these animals alive. The one in France is currently closed. There's two orcas stuck in this pool. There's no filtration. No one knows what to do. People keep sending it to me. We got to save these orcas. We got to save these orcas. You can't save these orcas, unfortunately, is what I've learned, which is the saddest part about this is you can't release them. The only option is both France and Canada have said it's illegal to sell them to China because China still has active shows. They don't have good animal abuse laws there. And so they're like, you can't sell them to China, but they're like, the only other option is to euthanize them. And so now they're doing everything they can to not euthanize them. But do you know the story of Keiko, the Free Willy whale?
Oh, right. No.
So the whale from Free Willy, they made the movie Free Willy. It's beautiful. They free Willy and all this stuff. But at the end of the movie, the audience, even children, we're not idiots. We're like, well, what about that whale? It ain't free. Like what the hell's going on with that whale? And, Michael Jackson wrote the song. We're trying to figure out. Meanwhile, there's 2 or 3 other Free Willy movies. This whale's working its goddamn ass off. And so there was a big thing like, we got to free this whale. We got to free Keiko. And so there's this millionaire threw a bunch of money at it. They're doing all these things. But you can't just take a whale. There's nothing you can do. You can't put it in the wild. It'll get killed. Or it doesn't know how to hunt, because it's literally hand-fed. It's attracted to humans. Humans are dangerous. It's a bad thing. You can't just put it in the wild. So what they did with Keiko was they're like, all right, this will be the time we try our best to relocate this whale. So they built a giant facility up in Oregon, I believe, and it was able to house the whale. It simulated waves. It wasn't for show. It was to take care of this whale and teach it how to be a whale again. They put live fish in there. They kind of made it hunt and stuff like that. It got better, all right? They knocked the whale out. They put it to sleep. They take it back to Iceland, where it originally was from. They bring it to Iceland, and they put it in this, netted bay type thing where they net off a bay and they let it swim around the bay and all this stuff, and all right, so you're ready, you're getting used to real water, real bay and stuff like that, but it's having trouble hunting. And so they're like, all right, well, it's having trouble hunting. It's it doesn't know, so they're helping it out a little bit, and eventually they get to a place where, all right, we're going to take these nets down, see what happens, see if it meets some other whales. The other whales are like, they meet it and they don't kill it or anything, but they're like, you're weird. The other whales are like, you're a weird whale. Why do you
He's
like
a homeschooled whale.
Yeah, why? Yeah, the other whale's like, why you like those people so much? And stuff like that. And so it just died of loneliness.
You're a race trader, yeah.
Yeah, and so it just ended up like it was freed, but did it work? Was it better that it died out there than it was? It could have lived.
So
another
do we
10
need
years?
to gather up all of the tanked whales and put them in the bay and make a pack? We need to assemble. You need to be the Nick Fury of captured whales, Ed, and you do to assemble a team and then batch release them all together. Yeah. with a bunch of people who live on houseboats and just let them live all together, Avatar 2 style.
Yeah, let's Piacon this shit.
Well, here's the problem with that. Is these whales, they've been kidnapped from multiple places in the world. And there's 2 types of orcas. There's traveler orcas and there's resident orcas. And the traveler orcas, they'll swim thousands of miles. They'll just go. These are the ones that will attack blue whales. They're crazy. They're out. And then the other ones are residents. They find a good place. Salmon comes through here a lot. Let's just make this our home. And so now what SeaWorld did was not only did they mix these 2 whales, these 2 types of orcas together where they should never even know each other, they started breeding them. And so now we got whales that are half traveler, half resident, and they don't even know who the hell they are. They've grown up in captivity. And so it's just it's a total disaster, in every aspect of the whole thing. And so everyone's like, we got to save these whales. But the thing is, there's nowhere to put them. There
is no solution.
And not only is there no solution, it would take millions of dollars to move these whales, to euthanize these whales, to do every part of this is a disaster. So now we got these 2 whales in France stuck in this pool. It's a mom and a son. And we got because one thing I will say is like SeaWorld, it's the corporate heads that suck. These people who like the trainers, they don't quit because they're like, I'm scared of what will happen if I quit. I had them reach out to me after I did these episodes, like DM me and just talk to me. I got on the phone with a couple of them. They're like, we stay because we're scared of what will happen if we go. And so now you got this situation in France where these trainers, unemployed, are going back to the park every day to stimulate these whales' like intelligence, to make them, and this is the really gross part, because it's a male and a female, whether they're son and mother, they eventually are going to try and breed, and it'll be against the mother's will, and so they have to go in there and like service this whale, like almost weekly, where they have to like go in there and like make it
just to protect the mom
and make it go so it doesn't do anything bad. And so that's the kind of situation we're in right now. And so I think it's just very important for people to understand what you're going to enjoy when you go to a place like SeaWorld, like one of these marine lands. The marine land in Canada, they got a bunch of belugas. They don't know what they're going to do. They just had their orca die. It just died, because that happens. Orca in captivity lives like 30 years. In the wild, it lives 60. And then a lot of them die before the age of 15, and it's a very sad thing. And so the thing they're going on in marine land right now is they got 30 belugas and a bunch of dolphins. They don't know what to do with. And Canada is like, you can't sell these things to China because they're gonna abuse them. They're gonna work them. And then they're like, all right, well then, we have to euthanize them. And so there is no like happy medium. So inevitably these parks start to fail, and there just can't ever be a new one. I think it's kind of like how I feel about these parks, is like the damage is done and there just can't be a new one. You can't keep capturing dolphins. You can't keep capturing these marine mammals and forcing them to work like this, because it's crazy. They're slaves. They have, people could, an orca's intelligence, a dolphin's intelligence is close to ours. It's as close as a chimpanzee. And
I watch Sequest, I know. Yeah.
They have language. Orcas from Iceland speak a different language than orcas from Washington. Like, they don't know how to communicate to each other. They have names. Like, these are really sophisticated animals. And so what has happened through all of SeaWorld's crap is it's really become like a internment camp, it's a flopping on the Dachau situation, and I don't like it. It's very upsetting, and the more I learn about it, the more it just angers me. And what I've come to realize, the sad realization is talking to these people, is there's nothing you could do, and we're just stuck in this situation that was been made out of greed for decades and decades and decades. And it was fun in the 80s, like a lot of things that we realized should be illegal now. And I guess that's my soapbox on this, but it's a sad situation, and I forever hate SeaWorld no matter what good they do now. Meanwhile, 3 people died at their water park last year, so they can't even keep people alive. So I don't know what to... So I
guess we won't be invited to SeaWorld media events anytime soon.
Oh my gosh! Well, you guys maybe you can say.
I don't think I would go. I don't need that web flack on me for going to a SeaWorld event. I don't think that's going to happen on my end. But
as much as the Mako roller coaster where the duck hit the person in the face, it does look like a really good roller coaster. But as much as I want to go on that roller coaster, if I showed my face in SeaWorld, I'd be such a fraud too, And so I'd have to like do a horrible stunt, and I'm sure at this point they're looking for me. Millions of people heard my SeaWorld episodes, so I don't think they'd even let me in the parking lot. But
now, Ed, out of curiosity, where are you on just eating them? Because there's still plenty of people out there. There's still plenty of like tribes and like Inuit like that hunt and eat these whales. And so like, what about like a prisoner exchange where we let one wild one go and we drop ship beluga whale off, and it's like Avatar. It's like Native American. Like, we're gonna all use all its pieces, use all its parts. We caused this problem, so we're going to pass it on to like a shaman of conscious, of like all use. Yeah, he's gonna kind of just like take the beluga out and then eat it, use its bones for tents, whatever. So where are you on Prisoner Exchange?
As a big man, I've thought of eating them, and I have to say, it's not. They're full of mercury. We'll just get very sick.
They know how to. Not even the ones in the captivity are full of mercury.
Have you ever seen The Cove? The
No.
Cove's a phenomenal documentary about like the culling of dolphins that they do in Japan, and a lot of times they'll like take the dolphin meat and they'll serve it to children, and then the children start getting like these real big deformed heads and stuff from all the mercury that they're eating, and it's like killing the children, but they still serve them dolphin for some reason. So sea mammal meat is not good for you. If they have been eating it for all these years, good on them, but I don't suggest it because it has way more mercury in it than any amount of fish you would eat, and so you would get very, very sick if you ate whale, even though I know they eat it in Iceland and stuff. And when I was there,
I feel like there's aboriginal people out there who are doing it to sustain themselves. And so I'm just saying, let's just drop ship them. Let's just be like, hey guys, we'll make it easy for you this fall.
Equal opportunity hunting I'm okay with, like a bow and arrow, knife, you're going to eat the animal, I'm all right with. But when you're sitting in a tree and you're sniping something with a gun, I don't buy it. I know you're from Pennsylvania, Dan, so you guys hunt a lot.
No, I get it. Yeah,
but
I don't hunt.
I think
not me.
Yeah, no, I feel like if you're gonna hunt a deer, unless it's like one of those situations where there's too many deer and you just have to get rid of them. But like I feel like you make it even. You do it with a knife. Make it a fight. Give the deer a chance.
I think it needs to be antler to antler. I think you've got to use antlers. A knife is too good. I think you've got to hold antlers and
Predator
go
style.
at
Take them down. Take them
buck
down.
at it.
But
I just
I'm a carnivore.
I'm just curious about the morality of if we're just gonna let them rot away, put them to use. Put them to good use. That's all.
I guess
That's what I'm saying. Like if you go to the grocery store and like they have bagels that no one buys at the end of the day, they're not just gonna let the bagels sit in the bagel tank, and hope that tomorrow they got fresh bagels.
They throw them out in the trash. So I don't know if this analogy works very well.
No, there's lots of food banky kind of places around here that come like for like homeless shelters and stuff. So
as a Jersey Jew, you could take those bagels and put them in the freezer. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. You gotta
put these belugas in the freezer. Drop them off.
All I got from this conversation is Dan wants to feed homeless people whale. That's all I got.
Well, if they want it, they can have a little
mercury poisoning.
We're sharing.
So.
Now, do you know, Ed? Do you know that Shamu's not the only star? Do you know there's like a whole like Fab Five cast of characters at SeaWorld like Disney has? It's not just Shamu. It's Shamu and his crew. I don't know if you're familiar with.
Yeah, because
there are other characters.
Because no Shamu, only the first Shamu ever was named Shamu. All the other Shamus have like a different name. But I did not
know. So
Shamu's
kind of become an icon. He's kind of become like a robot, like Walt. It's like they've just turned him into a character.
Oh, I'd love a robot Shamu. That'd be great.
And then we have Coral, the dolphin, who has a birth defect or a tattoo. She has something wrong with her.
Very Carol Baskins.
Yeah, very Carol Baskins. Yes, very Carol Baskins. Then Shivers, the polar bear. His brother is the Coca-Cola bear. It's wild. Then there's Sydney, the great white shark.
Is that it's a shark. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I couldn't tell
Puck
if it was a
penguin.
gator. Yeah.
No, not a gator. Puck the penguin, and then Flip, the otter. The otter?
No,
seal.
The seal. Flipper, the seal. The seal, of course.
Who are the...
Speaking of suicide and SeaWorld, Flipper committed suicide.
It's true.
Did you know that, Dan?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, Flipper straight
What's
up
our
committed
podcast
suicide.
called again, Dan? Is it fun?
Yeah.
Not when Ed's here.
Not when
No,
I'm
baby.
here.
Depressing.
Sad.
It's fun until they try and take our orcas away. All right.
Yeah.
Eat them. Just eat them. Just eat them.
Barbara Ann was eaten by Telecom.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I know
sorry.
you have
You're
a
right,
thing, Ed,
Nathan.
for
You're
seductive
right.
fish.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Literally, we had you on. What did people expect?
Yeah, I do have a skull behind me. Yeah, there's nothing to do
Now,
about it.
people who come to our live show will know that Ed has a thing for seductive fish. All right.
Hold on one second.
Ed is a huge fan of the film Pinocchio, to which I have a classic big fig here.
Dan.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Here's some, I get a shot of that.
No, it's not.
Some canned orca for you. Yeah. We got the best
Delicious
fans in
chunk.
the world. Yeah.
Is it in water or oil?
Oh, blood.
Canned orca, beautiful canned orca.
That's my favorite thing when Popeye breaks the canned orca and eats it.
I yams what I yams, and I yams orca's meat. So if you come to see our live show, you'll know that Ed has a thing about seductive fish that are always trying to. There's just a lot of seductive fish in the film Pinocchio. There's just a lot of seductive fish.
I want to kiss
And I found a new seductive fish I want to introduce you to, Ed. And that is the Shamu walk-around mascot from SeaWorld in the 2010s. Why does this Shamu look like it's trying to hit on my mom?
Oh, let me see him. Oh, yeah, no, he's definitely got it. He's hey, how you doing,
What
lady?
is this? What's this?
What's
this look?
He's got an upside down pineapple by his tank. Is all I gotta say about this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
this-
definitely wants it, man. I can see that. Yeah, well, I mean, he's free. Let him out. Let him mingle with the
He
customers.
wants to free his willy.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, he is giving that look like, how you doing?
Yeah.
Baby? Yeah. Hey, kid, this
What's
your
what's
mom?
your
Where's
SeaWorld
Dad?
resort hotel number?
Do they
I'll be
have
in the tank out back all night.
Man, if the SeaWorld hotel isn't all water beds, that's messed up.
No, it's just a lazy river that you're allowed to sleep in. That's all it is. It's just one large lazy river, and you just sleep in a tube.
Yeah,
Pee where you sit.
The river's so lazy. That river's so lazy. Ask me how lazy was it?
How lazy is that river, Ed?
It's a lake. The
Oh!
it's so lazy. It's a
Hey!
lake. Yeah, come on.
Whoa.
You're performing on the Borscht Belt soon, are you not,
Oh
sir?
my god! Yeah, I'm actually doing a cruise this weekend.
4 o'clock, I believe, is the.
A cruise maybe we'll be on next year. We're gonna pitch ourselves. We gotta pitch. We gotta pitch our show on that cruise.
We'll see if I even enjoy it. I don't know if I
You'll
like
love
cruises
it.
or not.
You'll
I
love
don't
it.
know.
You'll love it.
I went on a bunch
You'll
as a
love it.
kid, and I did one recently. I did a commercial for Carnival Cruise like 8 years ago, and they made me go on a cruise for a week and do a bunch of scenes on the boat all week, and it
Tough
was
life.
awful. Yeah, I had
Really?
it was awful. Yeah, I was like surprisingly, I'm like, this sucks.
Were you seasick or just bored?
It was more the food. If there isn't good food, I kind of get cranky. It's just like who I am as a human
We'll take you on a
being.
Disney cruise. You'll love it. Good food on a Disney cruise.
I'm ready. I'm doing Royal Caribbean this time. I heard good things about the food. I got a reservation at Chops Steakhouse. That'll be nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see how them sea cows are doing. Is it manatee when you eat a steak at sea?
100%.
Oh, sure.
100%.
Sure.
Steroid manatee. When you see a steroid manatee next to a normal manatee, you're like, well, I didn't know they got this big.
Yeah, man. They're not friendly either.
They're juicing them.
Yeah.
I'm upset about we haven't covered these guys, which look like retro.
Oh, yeah. So these are some of the older versions of some of the characters here, and you can see some of this is. I think this
feel
is
like
the
I remember
80s.
these guys.
Yep.
Yeah. And you can see that the seductive Shamu that I showed you prior to this had like more of an open mouth. This Shamu has a closed mouth. He's there with a pirate character. There's still like a piratey character that persists, but he's kind of it's very like the Wiggles. Quite honestly,
He's very wide-eyed, and then that looks like the walrus from Alice in Wonderland.
It does look like the walrus from
does.
Alice in
One of
Wonderland.
my
It sure
favorite
does.
evil characters in cartoon history is that walrus. I love that walrus.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Just leading
and
those
so,
oysters to their deaths.
Sir Winston is this walrus's name. Sir Winston Walrus.
Welcome to SeaWorld. I'd like to show you a good time.
I don't know.
Fucking awesome.
I don't know how he's a sir. I don't know if he was able to. He's been knighted.
he's an
I
admiral
guess.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
He
an
looks like
admiral on
Winston
the.
Churchill. I think that's
Yeah, he
what
does.
it was. It's so
Yeah,
Winston.
Beaches.
Yeah.
Brr.
Now,
I just
Nathan,
kinda turned into Nixon
can you
there. That
show
was my
current
fault.
Shamu? Shamu today. Shamu today, Ed, just looks like a morbidly obese man. It's the most interesting transformation they ever kind of did.
He's got. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, he's jolly. That is Mississippi Shamu.
He's got what
High fructose corn syrup Shamu.
Yeah. Do you know that Patton Oswalt bit about like you got kind of like fat lip? Where it's you got to talk like this. You got a blubber voice. Like he definitely has that sort of like I gotta get my bacon.
Do I have to go jumping? Oh. Yeah,
This guy was great as a background extra in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
He's got the double chin for
He
it.
was
You know
in
what I mean?
Shark Tale. I remember him in the Mafia in Shark Tale.
Wait, go back to the picture, because what's so fascinating about the picture is that the way that they have sculpted this whale now looks like he is about to eat you if you're a kid standing like in front of it,
Absolutely.
like about to get a picture. He has a big open down facing mouth. So as he like kind of like leans in for a picture, he looks like he's about to chomp the head off of every kid. It's such an interesting redesign for a terrible character. Oh my god.
Vito the whale. Yeah. Oh,
There he is. And there's that birth defect I told you about.
you should have a cigar.
He's the Sidney Greenstreet of maritime characters.
Very good Casablanca reference. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna go Danny
I'll buy you a
DeVito.
cafe for you, Rick.
Yeah, I love this big man. Yeah, he looks like he owns SeaWorld and he doesn't care about the other whales. And he's just like, I keep them as my slaves. Yeah.
He's the mob boss. He's the mob boss of SeaWorld. Nothing
Jump
gets
for
past
me,
me.
boy. Jump for
Yeah.
me. Yeah. One day I'll get a great white in here. that
Did
doesn't
they
drown
wrap
in
up
its
the
own
seal
sorrow.
in toilet paper, like a toilet paper mummy? That's never going to hold up in the water.
Oh,
Wrapping the toilet paper's never going to
That
hold
is
up.
a bad Halloween costume for any character. That does
Yeah,
not work.
yeah. It does look like toilet paper seal, like the kids attacked him.
Toilet paper seal, scarecrow shark, vampire orca, which is a very serious and deep disturbing message.
Yes.
That, like, here is an orca that wants to suck your blood because he's killed 3 people. And so,
But I will say I do
what
like
a choice!
Yeah.
What a choice to make the orca the blood-sucking villain. You know, of all of the characters up there, none of them are
It's
killing
honest.
people and eating people.
It's
except
honest.
for one.
we asked them to be better, and they're
Yeah.
being better. They're being honest. I do like that the penguin is dressed as Liberace. I think that's a good call.
Gay penguins. Well, we know
Yeah.
penguins can be gay.
And you
That's
got
okay.
And they can dance.
and it's a
for
witch
sure.
dolphin. And you say
Witch dolphin.
that
Yeah.
dolphin. That dolphin. Get it? You say witch dolphin. I say it's that dolphin.
That dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also part of the Borscht Belt.
Yeah. Oh,
set.
here's a fun Tillicum fact. So you know the guy who was like all hammered and jumped in the tank and he got killed by Tillicum in the middle of the night. Tillicum, are you ready for this? Removed, like he had like they're huge, but they're so intricate in the way that they attack things. Like when they attack great whites in the wild, they just remove their livers and only eat their livers. That's the only part that they want to eat because they find great white liver to be delicious. And you wouldn't even just like a small incision, and
Fava
they're, like,
beans and a nice
Yeah.
Chianti.
Thank you very much.
But the Tillicum ripped open this man gently, ripped open his nutsack and pulled out one testicle and left the other one in there, and like you could barely tell. How crazy! Like it's that they're that like intricate with their huge mouths. So yeah.
A lot of whale ball talk with you today, Ed. Are you okay?
I'm actually in a great mood, surprisingly.
Old Ed
you know what it
Whale
is?
Ball Larson.
I'm in a great mood. It's a very great but dark mood. I'm finally Halloween's almost here. I'm out of horror movies to watch. Today is the last day. I have to talk about Nazis for a very long time. I'm
That's
very
nice.
I'm very excited.
Unless you're watching the
Hopefully,
news.
as things
but
pan
whatever.
out. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, last time I have to research and
Old
give
school
it-
Nazis.
Give it,
I
give
don't
it-
know about that either, Ed. I don't know. They're going to resurrect one soon.
Oh my gosh. Well, don't let it be Heinrich Himmler.
No, don't bring it
What
back.
an asshole. What?
Yeah,
Where's the meth?
I'm gonna.
Himmler's back. Where's the meth?
Now, I'm only going to bring this up. I'm only going to bring this up because we are on the subject of Himmler, and this is a dark enough episode. But this is my favorite Walter Matthau story. I don't know if you know this, Ed. Do you know the famous Walter Matthau story?
I love this.
For those who don't know who Walter Matthau is, he was an actor, famously a grumpy old man or a Mr. Wilson.
A man of one of the Odd Couple.
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Love that. He's so funny in that movie.
So good. So good.
Him
Anyway.
and Jerry Stiller, unbelievable. Yeah, go ahead.
So good. Anyway, he is with his wife, and they are in Germany, and they decide to take a tour of Auschwitz, in museum form. And they have this bicker. They can't decide on dinner. They're having kind of a fight. And as they're touring Auschwitz, they can't really get over it. They're still having this fight. And then
How
they
Jewish
leave.
you got to be to have argue about dinner at Auschwitz?
Right. So they are having
that.
Yeah, they get to the car, and according to legend, Walter turned to his wife and said, "Well, you ruined Auschwitz for me." It's my favorite Walter Matthau story.
I love him so much. He was the best, man. Those guys. Anytime, Grumpy Old Men's such a great comfort movie for me. He would have been great in Free Willy. Free Willy just lost a major. Michael Madsen just died.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
One of the few times he played a good man was in Free Willy.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
talking about mascots, and Ed, I know, is a big fan of Gatorland, and I want to talk a little bit about Gators as we end the podcast. I don't know, Ed, if you knew this or not, but Gatorland doesn't usually have a mascot. Gatorland's got a mascot. It's a gator. All right.
Yeah.
You come into Gatorland.
We can't ignore how much Ed loves Gatorland.
Oh no, this isn't Gatorland.
St. Augustine.
Oh,
this
okay.
The St. Augustine Animal Farm. But yes,
here's how much you love a gator.
They let me feed. This is a crocodile. He's 17 feet long. His name is Maximo. And look at that boy go! Oh my God, that was so cool. Yeah, he eat rats. You know, a crocodile only eats 4 rats a week. That's it. You would think there's so much more than that. Yeah, their metabolisms are very, very slow, and so they only they'll eat a person, but they'll be good for a month and a half if they eat a person.
That's nice of them. They don't need a lot of people.
Yeah. We Gator. They're taking that shot. That's GLP-1. We Gator.
Yeah. But I love and shout out to Savannah Bone, by the way, the face of Gatorland. She's kind of like the mascot of Gatorland. Hey,
sure.
You know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Savannah Bone. Oh, first of all, Gatorland Vlogs is one of my favorite YouTube channels ever, and she's the leader of it. And she's amazing. She's very attractive. She always wears a lot of makeup and has no idea how microphones work because she screams constantly. And she's always
her,
peeking.
Dan. We just watched a video. We're gonna watch a clip from a video today.
Oh,
she's
is this
the one
her?
that's in the
Is that Savannah? I love Savannah. All right, let's see the clip.
Okay, well, let me set up the clip. I got to set up the clip because there is an incident at Gatorland that I want to highlight that kind of sets up the clip, which was a father and son who got stuck. Because, Ed, I don't know if you know this, but you can zip line over a pit of gators at Gatorland.
A lot of these places have that. The one in St. Augustine, the zip line is actually owned by a different company.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's like that at Gatorland.
Liability. That's all liability. That's all for liability. I'll tell you right now. Because St. Augustine ain't shutting down if someone loses a leg. That place is. And then the new Zipline LLC will get formed, and the Zipline will be functioning the next day.
I don't know zip lines. I know gators. All right.
Yeah. But me over here, I know zip lines. But I don't know no gators. The two of us were brothers. We're the Zipline Gator brothers.
Sometimes we give car suggestions on NPR, but
it's a show on TLC. We're the Zipline Gator brothers. Whoa, this new client, he wants a crazy zip line over his gator pit.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how someone hasn't given Gatorland a reality show yet.
Truly.
They are so good at it. They literally I seen some of their vlogs where they'll have a dude in a tree holding a turkey on a rope, and they're like, "Come on, come get it!" You know, it's the best.
Yeah. It's a perpetual episode of Jackass at Gatorland. And people get stuck on zip lines all the time, and it happens. It was like a clickbait sensational story, the father and son, because a guy just shimmied out there and pushed him, and they kept on sliding.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because, you ride rides at Universal Studios these days, and they make you take everything out of your pockets, put stuff in a locker. There's nets everywhere, so stuff doesn't go flying, hitting people in the head. But no consideration for the gators at Gatorland, because if you put a net underneath the zip line, the danger's gone. You're not getting the adrenaline if there's a safety net. And so occasionally a sneaker will fall off. Occasionally a watch will fall off. Someone will drop a phone. And usually they can retrieve it, but sometimes a gator will eat it. And so what happens, Ed, that a dog swallowing a foreign object, you got to get that dog to the vet. You got to get that thing out.
I ever tell you about my dog Rambo?
No, what did he eat?
He ate an alligator head. He ate a taxidermied alligator head. Yeah, he's a pit bull Labrador, and he ate a taxidermied
What
alligator
an appropriate
head.
story. How'd they get it out? They had to cut it out?
No, he pooped it.
Just passed it?
It took. I was pulling alligator teeth out of his butt for weeks. It was a disaster. I come home and he looks at me and he looks a little weird. And I'm like, "What's going on, boy?" And then he pukes, and then there was like an eyeball in it. And I was like, "What the hell did this dog eat?" And I'm like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "My gator head." It's just like. And so I was just like, I didn't know what to do. So I started Googling. I'm like, "What do you do if your dog eats a taxidermied alligator head?" And then Google said, "Get a better decorator." And then
Coming to the Borscht Belt, 4 p.m. Go see the show.
Yeah, sometimes when you leave Florida, it follows you and tries to kill your dog. But anyway, what are you talking about, Dan?
How big was the how big was
was it one of those little ones, like those desktop ones?
It was like that. It was like
like a 12-inch one.
Yeah, but he ate it. He ate it.
Well, dogs love those dried jerky treats, It's like, I've just been eating dried meat all the time. Why not eat this?
I got and then my fans started sending me gator heads, and I'm like, I can't have these, So now I just got like a bunch of gator heads that I hide from my dogs.
dog will eat them. Stop. Well, there's a procedure that gators have to go through, and they've documented it at length at Gatorland, and so. This gator ate a shoe. Jaws the gator.
Jaws the big one.
Shoe.
He's one of their biggest gators. I'm surprised. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Dr. Mater. Now we have a picture of Dr. Mater and his hard work that he does. Nathan, can we show Dr. Mater quick?
Oh yeah, let's show his hard work first. I got to go backwards here.
They start with Dr. Mater. He's out of town. This guy.
Yeah.
He's out of town.
Yeah.
Right. But he's famous
as shown
for
here.
Wow.
Drilling.
Yeah.
Like Frankenstein, drilling metal brackets into the head of an alligator that was hit by a car. This guy did Terminator reconstructive surgery to save this gator's life. Look at this thing.
The news article does not say that he got hit by a car. What the news article says is that the gator has been fixed after a car accident, which makes it sound like the gator was driving the car.
Or it could have just been tied up in the back and but that looks like a croc to me.
Oh, a croc. Well, I don't know.
Either way, sorry. Gator, croc, the man specializes.
I'll tell you. Well, here's a good way to. There's a good way to remember it. A crocodile is like a wasp, and a gator's like a bee. Like a crocodile will just attack you to attack you. A gator don't want nothing to do with you.
You don't mess with crocs.
It's a good way to remember. And Gatorland, how they get their gators are usually gators that they pull out of places, and they get they get put in the witness relocation program, which is Gatorland.
They gotta pull out of people's pools and stuff.
Yeah. Instead of euthanizing a trouble gator, or like a gator that's gotten too comfortable around people, they'll give it to Gatorland. They'll give it to the St. Augustine Animal Alligator Farm, places like that where they can live.
Anyone will take it like about 30 beluga whales that have been,
I know. It's so sad.
Can we feed the beluga whales to the gators?
Oh.
Will Gatorland take a beluga or two a week?
Oh, I want to see a fight. If we're gonna
I don't know. Yeah, you can do it in the water. That's
10 gators versus 1 beluga. Go!
I mean, honestly, you know what would happen? The belugas would win because a gator couldn't handle being in. First of all, they're highly intelligent. Second of all, a gator couldn't handle being in water that cold.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
they'd freeze
Now-
up, turn to little popsicles.
Now, Ed, you probably have just because you lived in Florida for so long. I lived there for 5 years.
Nice.
You get some local gator, like just stories
I
and
had him in
experiences.
my backyard. It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to Circle B Bar Reserve, which is a natural preservation, and you just kind of, it took me like 2 years to get used to the concept of walking by a thing that is like 8 feet and doesn't have any interest in eating me.
Yes.
It did
It's
not
still
come
terrifying.
naturally.
As someone who loves them and respects them and knows that they're not trying to kill me, I'm terrified every time I see one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're wild. They're wild. So someone zip lines, drops a shoe. Jaws, the monster gator there, eats the shoe. And Dr. Mater, the Terminator gator fixer, is on vacation. He's
Dr.
not
Mater,
there.
the gator fixer?
Yeah, so they're like, what do we do? And so protocol is first off, protocol is tire the gator out. So they're just running around with a bucket, making it use all of its energy so that it's just like exhausted. You do this with toddlers before bedtime.
Yeah.
This is a popular technique. Parents, all
This
parents
guy's
know.
the king, by the way. The one in the dark blue shirt. He's like, no one's better with gators than that guy. I've watched a lot of these videos.
So so what they're doing now is they're bracing the gator with this special 2x4 with a hole in the middle of it. And they are about to pump the gator's stomach full of hydrogen peroxide to give it an upset tummy ache so that it starts yakking.
Yeah, that's what you do to a dog if they swallow something you don't want. You give them 2 full spoonfuls of hydrogen peroxide and wait them to puke up with the fertilizer or whatever.
Imagine it's more like 6 cups worth.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's a lot.
crazy.
For
Yeah, they poured in an entire brown container of hydrogen peroxide down this gator's gut.
gosh.
Look at that thing.
Whoa.
That's the second bottle. That's 2 full bottles of hydrogen peroxide that they're just getting down there, right?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
and then
poor
once
Jaws.
it's full, they just let it go. They're just like, all right, peace. And then someone's like on full-time gator watch. Like your chick, what's her name?
It's Savannah. Savannah Bone. That's Savannah.
There she is. There she is.
Yeah.
She got the shoe. She got it. She retrieved the shoe after
Savannah's
keeping an
such
eye
a
on him. She
badass.
found it. He puked it up. Oh man, what a visual! What a visual of making an Never before did I ever thought I'd see someone tube feed an alligator to make it puke.
I will say, people like, I've heard a lot of people say that like Gatorland's like sad and stuff like that, but it's really like they do a really good job over there. They really take care of the animals. I mean, like we said earlier, all these gators, if they weren't at Gatorland, would be dead. And so like this is like their second lease on life. And then you got Jaws is gigantic. I love that.
Huge.
He's one of the best. They also have,
It is fascinating.
Darth
I went to
Gator.
search for scandals or something. Like I went to find like some news stories. None.
They're
No one-
great.
like,
It's
they're
a
great.
really good
Yeah.
operation they got going there. Yeah. I wish I could say the same for the crocodiles at Animal Kingdom, but they gave them the boot. Well,
Ed got
Yeah.
to meet a park crocodile. You got to meet like a living mascot.
Yeah.
Not many. There are not a lot of them these days. They're thinning out. What's the story there? There was you were down in St. Augustine at the reserve, and they had an Animal Kingdom alligator crocodile. What did
Its name is Marley. It came from Animal Kingdom, and it lives there. It basically, I think Dan was saying that when they were building Encanto and like all that stuff, they're like, oh, we got to get rid of this crocodile pond. But like Disney was bad with the crocodile. They're good with the other animals. We've all seen the fun Animal Kingdom show on National Geographic. But the crocodiles, they're not that good with, because Disney, we all know, has like too many rules, and so they were kind of scared to let people like interact with the crocodiles the way they should. And so these crocodiles, they got slow, lethargic, they didn't know how to eat and stuff like that.
I mean, the last thing they needed was another story of someone getting injured by it's fascinating to me that like they not that they intentionally neglected it, but they kind of like put him in isolation. And they're
my
like,
God.
no one's
It's
touching
crazy
this
they
thing.
didn't get rid of him immediately after that child passed away.
Yeah.
Period.
They did a full-on alligator holocaust on Disney property after that. They got rid of everybody. And,
all the natural ones for sure.
all the natural ones. So now I met this croc that's like, it came from Disney, and so down at St. Augustine Animal Farm, they're teaching it how to be a crocodile again, and it was very cool watching them try to feed it. I sent Dan some videos. I don't know if you shared with Nathan or not.
Yeah, I did. Was the one that were you feeding Marley? Was that
No, I was not feeding Marley. I was feeding Maximus. That's like a professional crocodile. Marley isn't even. You can't. The public isn't available to see Marley. Marley's like
I got
backstage.
you. I thought it was the same. I just sent Nathan the one video. I thought it was all Marley. I'm
No. But there's
Dan, that's your problem. You always think that all gators look the same. I've told
I have
you
gator
this.
blindness. I have gator blindness. I don't see color. I don't see croc.
But Marley's doing great in St. Augustine. Pretty soon, I think in a couple of years, or maybe this year, it might be ready to be on display. But right now, they're like it's backstage, and they're just training it and teaching it like how to, be a show croc. Yeah, but it's very cool. The work they do over at St. Augustine Alligator Farm also is unbelievable. They had the famous largest crocodile in captivity, Gomek, who is now taxidermied. But you can go check out Gomek there, who's I think like over 20-something feet long, which is insane.
And
where are you?
Sucks at it. I'll tell you that much. They're not.
Where
good
are
at
you
it.
on eating gator at Gatorland?
Love
Because
it.
I know that. It's the exact opposite of the reserve that you visited at the beginning of the podcast, where they're like, you come in here, you can't eat meat for 12 hours before you come here. And Gatorland's like, come on down and eat everything that's here. We will let you eat. It's like a lobster tank. Pick which one you want to eat.
I love all animals in the world, but I lean towards mammals being my favorite. And when it comes to reptiles, I don't know.
I think that's what Zootopia 2 is all about. Is you not liking reptiles. I think that's literally the whole concept of the film.
I mean, I
sure
like
is.
reptiles, but not as much as mammals.
Yeah,
Let's see.
they don't
Let's face
deserve
it.
to be in the city.
Yeah.
They got to be on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zootopia is a flawed film. Zootopia is
really?
a flawed film.
Really? I love Zootopia. What am I missing? What am I wrong about?
I'll sit back. This
well-
is going to be a long one.
No, it's just I'll just make it very short. Is that Zootopia is this allegory for like race relations and like the blending of like races, like I don't know, white people and black people, and it's an interesting sort of story you start to tell where white people are the fluffy innocent little bunnies and black people are inherently predators no matter what their genetics are, that they are predators and they choose to not be predators around you precious little white bunny, and that's the story. It's just a choice. Black people are savages and they have to choose not to be savages because they're naturally born to be savages, and thank God they don't eat me and they only eat beef jerky and fish or whatever they're eating, but at least they're not eating me because they are inherently savages who can't escape their predator nature and they have to suppress it.
Dan, if you let me clip just that, I can guarantee you another 4,000 subscribers, just not the ones you want.
I'm just saying it's a very murky message they're sending with Zootopia. It's a very murky message.
Wasn't Idris Elba an ox?
He was an ox. Yeah.
But
But he was
wasn't
also
involved
a
in the
cop.
plot.
He was also a cop.
Yeah, he wasn't involved in the plot, really, so.
Yeah. All right. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, there's
there.
just sort of this like predator versus like prey sort of like dichotomy of like race relations. It's like that's not a good comparison because tigers are still tigers. They still eat meat, guys.
Tigers are going to eat meat. That is the thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Bunnies can eat rabbits and carrots and like, have a good time, and eat lettuce.
What you said was bunnies can eat rabbits, and I agree with that as well.
Yeah, bunnies
They
can eat
do.
rabbits.
I think
They do.
Yeah.
When you get a rabbit
rabbits
meat,
eat bunnies. Rabbits eat bunnies.
Yeah,
That's how it
rabbits
is.
bunnies. Yeah.
But Jason Bateman, he's a thief. He's a dirty thief.
Dirty thief.
Is he?
Yeah, in the movie.
Nick Wilde?
Oh, yeah. He's a thief.
Yeah. No, I think I was just accusing Jason Bateman of being a dirty thief. It had nothing to do with the character. Just
in this society we live in with like celebrity worship, we know too much about people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do you care at all about what I think?
Hey,
other
if
than,
three
like,
guys
me
are going
being
to talk
silly
on a
about
podcast,
thing?
it should be ours and not his. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't need none of that.
More. That's what we call.
Yeah,
our
that's what
podcast.
I'm saying.
Yeah. I gotta watch Utopia again now. Is it weird that made me want to watch it again? Now that I'm gonna analyze my what I thought were pure thoughts and like make sure.
Yeah, a lot of allegory is like that. And it's like a lot of allegory is based on everyone making the right choices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a lot of these hero tales, it's all about us going against, what might be our survival instincts to make the right choice to be a community, and that's the hero's journey in a lot of ways. And that's fine, but you can't it's just very murky waters. It feels Zootopia, the plot, if isolated by itself, feels like the kind of plot that would have been produced by, like, I don't know, Mel Gibson. Like, it's like that kind of like it's like a coded. It's a very coded message. Is all I'm trying to say. So rewatch it.
D.W. Griffith's Zootopia is what you're saying here.
Yeah.
I just watched Triumph of the Will, so I'm ready to watch anything. Yeah.
And I'm willing to bet money that the snake, not anymore because Disney's terrified now that anything to do with trans rights. But I have put any money that the snake was originally developed to be like that sort of like outsider third party trans person, whatever it is, that an outsider that doesn't fit into our already tense race relations here at Zootopia Land. You know, we don't need snakes, but now there's snakes. Yeah. So I'm sure that it's going to be even more murky and even worse as soon as we start to like spread it out like this. It's not great. I
love it, buddy. Take them down, man. I think it's great.
Hey, at the end of every episode, we like to do a little thing called Fun Intel, where we talk about some fun stuff we're doing. And I've been painting. I'm a little painter. Can we show them, Nathan? Mm-hmm. I got an animatronic from my boss, Tom, over at HalloweenCostumes.com. He sent me one because my buddy does a blacklight glow haunt every week, every Halloween. Not every week, every Halloween. So I got this very cool dragon. Week. It's the first commercially available consumer actor-tronic. It is a puppet that you can, like in those big horror houses, those big like counterweighted like puppets that
you
can
said
like move in and out.
Horror houses, I believe?
Yes.
Horror houses, yep.
Horror houses? Okay.
Yeah, horror houses.
Just triple checking here. Want to make sure.
Yeah,
and so I really dug this guy.
Dan only eats soup at brothels.
Yeah. Oh my God! I was going to make another. I'm just going to stop. There's a great follow-up joke to that one, but I'll just leave it. Be.
Moving on.
So I took the whole thing and I painted it a black matte. I gave it a nice base coat. I taped off all the teeth and the inside of the mouth because I still wanted that. Because it also breathes, like you can hook it up to a fog machine, so its eyes light up and then it breathes smoke as you pilot it around. Has a big screen that you put up around it, so you're like hidden behind like a big black drape. And so now I've been slowly working on it to turn it blacklight reactive, and I've been doing some paint washes and some painting. So I'm about halfway done with really this blue base coat. Now I'm about to hit in there with some yellows and greens to like brighten and make everything like really start to pop and come to life.
That's amazing. See, I would just buy the animatronic and let it be the animatronic, but not you. You plus it.
You got to plus it up. You got to have fun with it. And like that's a big message that I want to send to people is like you can take things and like turn them like it's not hard. I'm doing it with literally $12 of Dollar Tree neon paint and paintbrushes. It is the lowest budget makeover. I mean, and then and then a $10 double set of blacklights, USB blacklights from Amazon. But it's the coolest effect, and I can't wait to set it out there for trick or treat night. Scare some kids.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. What have you been up to, Nathan?
So recently,
Ed in his podcaster. It's not even his podcast. He just did a translation.
He did a good job.
He just settled a moment and then translated to the next moment. Like
I can't help but start hosting. I'm sorry.
No, it's a nice warm bath of transitions. We love it. So recently, one of my favorite podcasts, Blank Check, did an episode on the Coen brothers' wonderful film True Grit, and I was like halfway through the episode. And I was like, you know what? I think it's time again. I think tis the season. So I broke out Red Dead Redemption 2 once again, and I am back on the saddle, baby. And we are doing it, and it is so much fun. I forgot how much it's been 5 years. Red Dead got me through COVID because it was I'm going outside, I guess, in this game, so this counts sort of thing. And now playing it a second time and sort of doing things a little different, playing around. Nah, I just still can't be a bad guy. I just want that white hat. I just like being a good guy, but at the same time, it's just a lot of fun to get on a horse and run around and see what shenanigans are going down and out.
I watched a tremendous 25, 30-minute video of a guy deep diving all of the power lines in Red Dead Redemption 2, actually tracking them all through the map,
Insane.
and how lore accurate the electricity production of the time, and some poor bastard was set out to make sure that every house, every facility was properly wired into the electrical grid in the video game's open world, and it's I don't know, I watched 30 minutes on YouTube on it. I was
that
fascinated.
It's very cool.
You just walk around in every shot. You're like, this. I mean, the game is not new, right? But it's still one of the prettiest games that I've ever played. It's just, what good vibes that you can get off that.
What about you, Edward?
What about you?
Oh, me. You know what? I'm music kind of, I don't know about you guys, but it's been kind of dark out there. If you pay attention at all to life, it's been a little upsetting. And so the thing that kind of takes me out of it, and I'm on a current, it used to be Disney. Disney would be the thing I would use to be my release valve from all the news, and then all the horrible things we talk about on last podcast on the left. But I'm still on my Disney ban after the ABC Jimmy Kimmel thing, and I'm holding strong. But I'll fold at some point. But so I need a new release valve, and what has taken that, which is something that was already in my life, but now is I've put it on a pedestal, is jazz. I've been obsessed. I've been listening to so much jazz lately. And then out here in LA, they opened up a Blue Note recently. And so there's a new Blue Note out in LA. It's right next to where Amoeba Records used to be. And it's right by the ArcLight. It's a beautiful venue. They lined the walls in soundproofing. It's got perfect sound. And then my favorite artist, Kamasi Washington, just did a residency there, and I went and saw him twice inside of a week, and I should have went more, but it was unbelievable. It was nothing really good jazz, really not the stupid stuff you hear on an elevator, but the a real hard jazz that's difficult to listen to, and you got to find the groove. Nothing makes me happier. And I've been listening to so much Kamasi Washington. Those two shows were some of the best concerts I'd ever seen my whole life. And I'm really obsessed with Robert Glasper and Terrace Martin as well. And I've been really just diving into their catalogs. Glasper put out a new album last week. I've been loving that, and he's got a residency coming up at the Blue Note in LA in December. Right now he's got a residency in New York. He's finishing up Robtober at the Blue Note in New York, but he's the new artistic director at the Blue Note, and I'm ready to give them all of my money. Every show's better than the last. It is truly unbelievable. And if you have a chance to see true great jazz is in a total resurgence right now, by the way. I don't know if people realize that. It's merging with hip hop. Kamasi had DJ Battlecat on stage with him the whole time, laying in beats underneath him, and it was incredible. It really just blew my mind. And I've seen DJ Battlecat do Jay Dilla tributes, and he did a lot of he works with Snoop a lot, so these are major guys. And so it was, and then also Kamasi hired Ryan Porter to be his trombone player, who's one of the greatest trombone players in the world. So it was just really a religious experience to see that show. And so if you get a chance to see awesome. Kamasi, jazz in general, some of this new jazz that's coming out right now, it's taken my whole brain. It's been wonderful.
Ed, have you ever dived into Japanese jazz?
Oh yeah, man!
It's
the Shogun
so good.
stuff. It's wild.
So
it's wild.
good.
I just picked up a couple vinyls actually.
Yeah, I love little Hiroshi Suzuki. His album Cat. Cat is just perfect. I love a 70s era Japanese jazz record. Ooh.
As much as the Japanese kill whales, we owe them for keeping jazz alive. They have a program where
they're pretty good at it. They might be better than us sometimes. They're pretty good.
Killing whales?
After Katrina,
Both.
Both, yes. But after Katrina, when all those musicians lost their instruments and stuff, Japan put together would programs where they would buy those musicians new instruments and stuff like that to keep the jazz scene alive.
Keep the jazz alive, Japan.
Yeah, they really do. And so shout out to Japan for that. Good on jazz, bad on whales.
Some Japanese.
Yeah. When does this come out,
awesome.
Dan? When are you going to release this?
Monday.
Do you know? Monday?
Monday, yeah. So come on down to see our show this weekend at the Conduit in Orlando. We're going to be live November 8th. And what else? With more dates to follow. And Ed and I are together. We're going to be hanging out that weekend, picking some other things to go hunt for dates at.
Yeah.
So.
Any suggestions? Any towns that you think has big Disney following that you think?
Where should we bring the show? Where should we bring our show?
You guys are ready for some adults only Disney content? We got you covered.
It's truly dark.
Also, I'm going to be I'm going to the Belly of the Beast again. I'm going to be November 16th. I'm playing San Diego at Mic Drop Comedy right next to SeaWorld San Diego. We'll see if they let me around. I'm going to show up with a bucket of red paint right at the front sign. Be like, you best.
Swing by and pitch them my feeding the whales to Inuits.
I'll talk to them. I'll talk to them about that.
Yeah. See where we can get with that.
Yeah. So, but November 16th, I'm going to be at Mic Drop Comedy in San Diego. So if you're out there, please come see me there. I got my co-host from The Brighter Side opening for me, Amber Nelson, and Ashley Book Roberts, and the wonderful, my wife, Julie Rosing, is making her host the show, putting her to work. It's a really good
Whoa,
yeah,
Julie. Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Nice. Well, there you go. And you can find Ed at eddytunes.com, right?
Yeah, all my other dates that you want to check out there. I got lots of different live shows. I got Last Podcast and Left Proper, Side Stories. I do my own stand-up, and then, of course, Dead Men Tell Some Tales. So go see me on the road. I feel like I got my my road games better than ever. So please come see me live. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And Dan and I are actually cooking up something a lot of fun for Pennsylvania.
Oh my gosh, yeah, in
July.
I'm very. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be very cool.
I can't officially announce it yet, but it's gonna be a blast. So if you live close to Dan in Pennsylvania, we got a surprise coming for you.
We're cooking.
Be a lot of fun. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm feeling good about
the podcast is over now, so stop listening.
Hey, Ed, would you like to do hosting duties and in the show as well?
Thank you all so much for listening to Fun. You can find us out. We're usually on YouTube, but we're on Spotify as well. Make sure you subscribe, click that link, and hit the bell in case you want to be notified when new episodes come out.
We're just going to clip that and use it at the end of every episode.
This has been a production of 710 Media.